Hey everyone, welcome to a new executable items tutorial. In this case, I will show you how to create a crossbow with different types of projectiles. So let's begin. This is a medium tutorial, so you have to know, guys, that I will not explain everything step by step. You should already know it because of the previous tutorial. So let's explain how this item will work. First, we will need a variable to know what type of projectile are we using. In this case, I will create two projectiles, but you can create as many projectiles as you want. So, if we have two projectiles, we need two types of variables. And to make them cycle between them, we need two-player left-click activator. I will make this left-click activator to change the variable with condition if shifting. That's the way the variable will cycle. So now we will have the variable and it changes. Perfect. The two types of projectiles will be one related to poison and the second one related to explosive. They are two different of projectiles, so we have to create two score projectiles. Alright? Nice. We have the variables, we have the projectiles. Now let's launch them with an activator player launch projectile and with the good conditions. Perfect, now our crossbow is launching custom score projectiles depending on the value of the variable. The first type, the poison one, will need two activators that will only work if the projectile name equals first, that means the first type of projectile, and the second type will need three activators because I want it to explode always. The second one has projectile hit block and the first type no, because we can't give poison to a block. But I want the second type, the explosive one, to explode if it hits a block, with the condition of projectile name equals second. If you are experienced enough, with just seeing this you will be able to create the item. In case you don't feel prepared enough, I will do it right now. But as I said, I will not explain step by step. Everything is already explained on the previous videos. I will do it faster than normal. Let's begin. Okay guys, we are on Minecraft. Let's create the item. We have the item. Now let's create the variable. I will display the variable on the name. And now let's create the activators. The first one are the one that make the cycle between the variables. And let's see. Second, first, second, first. It works. If you want to disable that message, just disable it. Cooldown options and set this feature to false. And the same for the another one. And we are ready. Now the variable changes first, second, tun, 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 tun. Now let's go for the first type of projectile, the poison one. Let's see if this works. First, second. The first is done, so let's test the first. And the creeper received poison. What? What if the second projectile hits the creeper? Ooh, he died. He doesn't receive the poison. So it works. Now let's create the second type of projectile. I will not create the projectile hit player ones because I can test with them. I will only create the entity ones. But if you want them, just add them. So let's go for the second type of projectile. Let's see if this works. I will summon a Ravager because it has 100 of life. We are on the variable second and it explodes. If we are on the variable first, it doesn't explode and the Ravager receives poison. So it is working perfectly. Boink. Now what if the crossbow is on second and it hits a block? It doesn't explode because we haven't added that activator yet. Let's do it. Projectile hit block with the variable projectile equals second. And let's summon a TNT in the block placeholders. Let's see if this works. We are on second and it works. But as you could see, it exploded 3 times. Why? Because the arrow, let's think this is the arrow. The arrow hits here, it explodes everything and then it falls. So it hits again, it explodes everything and it falls. And it explodes for the third time. How to avoid this? Just let's kill the projectile once it hits the block. So in the projectile hit block, let's kill the projectile. Execute run kill projectile UUID. And that's all. Now we'll explode one time. One time. As you could see, the arrow is not there anymore. It just disappears because of the command we set before. And it is working perfectly. If it is on first and we shot in a block, it doesn't explode. But if it shot an entity, it receives poison. If we are on second and it hits an entity, it explodes. If we hit a block, it explodes. So it works perfectly. Now, a couple of things to say before ending the tutorial. First, instead of using projectile name, I used the variable to the activators related to projectile. Why? Because it makes easier to understand what is happening. But you have to use projectile name because there may be a bug. I don't know if you want this or not, but to avoid this, just do what I said. If we are on first, we'll launch it and we change it to second, it will explode because it will detect what value is the variable on the moment the activator gets triggered. To avoid this, just do what I say. Create the two score projectiles, set their name because the ID is not the same as the name of the projectile. I will show you. Score projectiles. If we edit this one, for example, the ID is ASD, but the name is default name. This is the name you have to change. So create two projectiles, one with the name first, the second one with the name second, and on the activators related to projectile, such as projectile hit entity, projectile hit player, and projectile hit block, instead of using the condition of variable, use the condition of projectile name, as I show you in the presentation at the beginning of the tutorial. That's it. The other stuff, I did them. I didn't do the projectile placeholder and the score projectiles because the tutorial will be too long. Anyways, I hope this guide helped you. We can't create the items for you, but we can try to teach you guys to learn to understand how the plugin works. If you have any question, feel free to ask, and see you.